Hey everybody, Max Kevin here, Slid Cute Podcast, not too long. It's 2023. It's 2023. That's all I got, actually. I don't have anything else to say about 2023. You guys got your resolutions? Did you make a resolution this year? My resolution is, I don't know. I don't really have any hopes or dreams for the future anymore. So I don't make resolutions. I think maybe this year I just want to maybe get a little fatter. Anyway, I'm back. I'm back from America. I'm back in Japan. Later, America. Later, fat people. Oh my God, there were a lot of fat people in America. Holy guacamole, man. Everywhere you go, you just see another fat person. You see people eating everywhere. Oh my God. It doesn't matter where you go. Everyone's, you go to Costco, people are shoving those Costco samples in their mouth. They're like, oh my God, give me that Costco sample, Everywhere you go, all the, go clothes shopping, everywhere is like double XL, XL, large size. Like, well, where's the medium? All right. No mediums? Oh, okay. Oh, we got triple XL? Oh, all right. Oh, all right. Anyway, what else we got going on here? Yeah, we picked up Zoro from the dog hotel there. So our plane arrived at 5 a.m. Picked up Zoro from the dog hotel. He was hyped up, excited, and Zoro, he went through some changes during that 10 days. Like, he went through puberty. He went through dog puberty because now he's like he's marking. He's lifting up his leg to pee, and he's humping our legs. He's doing a lot of leg humping, Like, he'll just run up to us and wrap his front paws around our legs and then just start humping away. It's like, hey, dude, I'm a leg, all right? You need to know what a vagina is. You need some sex education. How do we teach this little one-eyed pug Zoro about some sex education? Because he doesn't know what a vagina is. He thinks a leg is a vagina, basically. So anyway, he's been doing a lot of that. He's been doing a lot of humping and peeing. He's been doing a lot of peeing and humping. Well, me too, minus the humping. Mostly just peeing. Anyway, we're going to get his balls cut off here. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, no more balls. But it's pretty crazy, man. He was just gone 10 days. He went through dog puberty in 10 days. Now he's peeing everywhere. Now he's humping everything. And he gets angry, He's like, oh, God damn it, this leg is not a vagina. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so angry. I'm going to go bite my bed now. I'm going to go attack my bed. That's basically his way of thinking there. Oh, anyway, let's see. I made a little journal of what I did during my American holiday there. But I feel like if I talk about everything, everyone's just going to be bored, and this will be like a big cutie podcast. I think I could talk like an hour about everything I did there. So maybe I'll just do I'll just do some cute little highlights for now, and then maybe on the next episode we'll do some more highlights, and I'll just try to I'll stretch out my vacation. So anyway, okay, let's start. So we go to the airport, Now I got instead of the x-ray machines. Remember when you used to go to the airport, you're a little kid, they got the x-ray machines, Well, now they got the full body cancer scanner, You got to put your hands up, the thing does the cancer scan, scans your body, gives you cancer, And then, so I went through that thing there. And the lady's like, oh, well, the cancer scanner says you got something in your pocket. I'm going to pat you down. She pats me down. It's like, oh, we got nothing in your pocket. Guess the cancer scanner sucks. This goddamn thing doesn't even work. Goddamn cancer scanner, man. Oh, anyway, so then we get to our plane there, and my lady friend, what we did was we bought one aisle seat and one middle seat, or one window seat, excuse me. One window seat and one aisle seat, hoping that no one would buy the middle seat there, But then, of course, two flights got merged, so the whole goddamn plane was full, So, of course, we get there, and there's, like, some dude sitting in the middle there, he looks kind of Asian-y, So before that, my lady friend was like, all right, if the guy sitting in the middle is a Japanese, you'll ask him to move, and if he's American-looking, then I'll ask him to move in English, So we're We're going there, and there's this old Asian looking guy there. And it's like, well, that's gonna be Japanese. It's all you, lady. And then so she, she gets there. She bends down, like starts speaking. She's like, "Oh, this is me, Senga. What is it? How about I do? How about I do?" And the guy's just looking at her. He's like, "Oh," and then he looks over at the other row and starts yelling. He starts yelling in Vietnamese. He's like, "How about who?" He's like, because he thought maybe we were giving him shit, and then his son comes along. He's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" It's like, "Oh, we just want to ask him if he wants to sit in the aisle, if that's okay." And then his son, like, speaks to him in Vietnamese. He's like, "Oh, okay." Apparently, this guy, he didn't speak any English or Japanese, and he only spoke Vietnamese. I guess he was visiting America with his son, who was sitting one aisle over, because, this plane was fucking crowded, so they had to get some last-minute seats there. So anyway, that was a fun flight there. That was a good. What did I watch? I watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. A classic. I watched that movie once as a kid, and I didn't really like it because I was a kid. But I heard, everyone says it's great, and of course it's John Hughes, who is very famous. So I watched it again as an adult. It's much better as an adult. It's much more enjoyable as an adult. So if you ever watch that movie as like a 12-year-old kid and you didn't like it, maybe give it a second chance. Planes, Trains, Automobiles. What else did I watch? I watched Top Gun. Yeah, what's cool about Planes, Trains, Automobiles, I guess it was made in the 80s, so it's just kind of like a time. It's like a time warp, all the cars are old, and everyone's using cash. And like in the movie, like no one has credit cards, Or people have credit cards, but people don't really use them, Thought that was kind of interesting. And then of course there's no cell phones, so that's, everyone's like making phone calls and stuff. And it was like a glimpse into a little time capsule. It was a little time capsule glimpse, Then I watched Top Gun Maverick, which is the sequel to Top Gun. And, I try to not watch Tom Cruise movies because he's a crazy Scientologist, and his cult has stolen millions of dollars from people and maybe killed a couple people. So I try not to support anything he does. But I was kind of bored, and there was no other. God, the movie selection on this flight was fucking terrible, man. So it's like, oh, Top Gun Maverick. Everyone says it's great. Let me watch it. So I watched it, and okay. I think the thing that bothered me the most in the movie is that they didn't want to offend any country, because like the first one we're up against the Russians, right? And this one they're just like, well, it's the enemy. The enemy has this secret nuclear base. They're refining uranium to make nuclear bombs. The enemy. And it's like, well, who is it? China? Who is it? Is it Russia? Of course they can't make it China because they want to sell this movie in China, So of course they can't make it China. And is it Russia? Well, they can't make it Russia because Russia's not like a superpower anymore. That's what didn't make any sense. It's like this is a country that's enriching uranium, and they kept calling them like Tier 5 jets or whatever, Generation 5 fighters. So obviously they have the top jets. It's a very first world country. That's what didn't make any sense at all, because if they have the best jets and they're secretly enriching uranium, well, every first world country already has nukes, and they had them 50 years ago. So which country now is starting to develop nuclear power, and at the same time has the best generation airplanes that exist? That doesn't make any sense at all. The whole goddamn concept of this movie makes no goddamn sense. That type of country can't exist. If you're a country like maybe, I don't know, Iran. This was a big thing in Iran like 10 years ago, right? They were enriching uranium, The whole world was like, no, don't do it, Iran. Don't make nuclear bombs, all right? Okay, but Iran doesn't have the best fighters in the world, So how could this country, this unnamed country, simultaneously have the best fighters in the world, but also not have nuclear power? That didn't make any goddamn sense, Tom Cruise. All right? Why don't you check your feet and levels, bro? All right? Because the whole goddamn script doesn't make any goddamn sense. Oh, anyway, so it was a very silly movie. It's very silly, Billy. It was bad, I guess. I guess it was bad. It was a dumb movie. It was a dumb movie. People who say that movie's good are dumb. All right? Which is kind of, this is a running theme. I think this is how I alienate most of my listeners, because I make general statements like, people that like that movie are dumb, And they're like, well, I like that movie. Why is he calling me dumb? That hurts my feelings. I'm unsubscribing to this podcast, And then I say things like, people who don't want to abolish the Federal Reserve are dumb. And people are like, I don't even know what the Federal Reserve is. Why is he calling me dumb? I don't understand. I'm so sorry right now. Anyway. So it was my flight, and then we landed on Christmas at 6 a.m. And then Mommy picked me up at the airport. And then we went to my brother's house, and my brother's neighbor, gave him some egg rolls, and she's like, oh, good morning, Merry Christmas, here's some egg rolls. Here's some Christmas egg rolls, I guess she's Asian as well, So then we ate some egg rolls, And then it was 9 a.m., well, just ate those egg rolls, and I've been on a plane for 12 hours, and it's 4 a.m. right now in Japan, so I think I'm going to take a little nap, So then we took a little nappy, boo. And then we woke up at 3 p.m. We took a 6-hour nappy. Then we opened presents. It was really fun. We got some presents from Santa. I was a good boy this year, so I got some presents from Santa. And of course, my brother he made this giant steak. I think that's his Cirque du Soleil, as they say. His, there's some French word, for specialty or whatever, Or he does that every year for Christmas. He just gets this big fucking steak that's $200 and marinates it for a week, Oh, it's great, man. Oh, it's great. Cutting that steak is cooked perfectly. You just put that in your mouth oh, God. Oh, this is so good. Big steak. Big Christmas steak. And that was the start of getting fat over Christmas break, yeah. Every day, I didn't do too much intermittent fasting. I was basically just eating. I was just eating and drinking every day over Christmas break, man. I think I gained 8 pounds. So I got to start on my diet for 2023. Got to get in the gym. Got to start doing that, all right? Let's not be lazy, okay? It's 2023, all right? We need to lose a couple pounds. Anyway, I think I'll talk about the rest of my trip on other podcast because I don't feel like doing it right now. Anyway, thanks for listening. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.